Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to High Top Sports. This is Monday Mashup. We'll recap all of your favorite games. Probably not, but we're going to review some games. We're going to go over Cody's ultimate take from last week. He felt really confident headed into the end of last week. He was going 5-0. We had the professor parlay. People were backing this man like nope. He picked 5 road teams to go on the road and handle their business. We'll talk about it. How did he do? Vandy versus Bama. Bama rolls, but does that mean Vandy isn't what we thought they were? I don't think so. Miami dominates FSU. Scoreboard says something a little different. We'll talk about it. A&M Mississippi State. No fireworks there. Cincinnati ISU came down. It got closer than it needed to be. And UF, why was everybody picking UF over Texas? Because they have Arch Manning at quarterback at Texas. Cody, the prof, joins us here today. And Cowboy Ty will be joining us here in just a few minutes. We'll wait to talk. I want to talk Miami FSU with him. So we will wait for him to talk about that.
Talk about my epic collapse.
We'll talk about that first. We'll definitely get that out of the way. But be sure to smash the like button, subscribe. The show is brought to you by, of course, PrizePicks. We got Monday Night Football here in Duval. We got Jags and Cincinnati. Or actually, excuse me, it's Duval. Now, we've changed it. We've changed it around here. So
it's weird.
I love it. I love it. Cohen's got it going on. My man, Darian, $5. Let's get the show started with a bang, baby. Great weekend to be a Gator. It was a great weekend to be a Gator nonetheless. But before we get into that, Cody comes out swinging, boys. You know, and I almost, what I wanted to do, what I'm mad about, because I felt pretty confident in my pick. The only game that I did not feel confident about was Miami FSU. The only game I didn't feel confident about. And I was like, that would be the only game that I would side with Cody on. I almost put my own, I should have done it, but I didn't. But Cody just swung and not only did he miss, it wasn't like I don't even think he was in the batter's box. Because you even said the Miami FSU game was going to be 14-7. I think I said it was going to be 28-24.
I didn't say 14-7. I said 14. I said it's going to be like a 14-21 or
14-21.
21-28.
You didn't say 21-28. I said 28-24.
I did in the second half. I did. I had it. I mean, my select score, close. Man. FSU couldn't score the ball. I knew that wasn't going to be a thing.
I had Cody chirping me Saturday night. He goes, what did I tell you? It was a low-scoring game. I was like, Cody, you're 0 for 4 right now. What are we talking about? The Vandy Bama game.
The floater might have hit a little different. I'm blaming it on the floater. I was feeling dialed.
You're five days in of just sipping.
I mean, you could have asked me, like, do you think you have a chance to be president in 2028? And I have floaters floating. Yeah, I got a chance.
Water today. Water taking the lickings after yesterday.
I'm on the wagon.
Look, I gotta be honest with you though. If there was a week where if you feel confident in the road teams, I don't think you were wrong.
That was it.
Yeah, I don't think the Mississippi State one was a stretch. I feel like we were probably right a little high on that one.
They were playing some good football, man. Blake Shapen just absolutely just crapped the bed, just crapped down his leg. I mean, I don't know what his problem was.
I mean, they just couldn't move the ball on this Texas A&M
They couldn't
defense.
move the ball. I mean, we thinking a low scoring game next week, like another Napier special 21-14 type deal.
We could. Beat Report says, if you actually look back, we dominated Texas outside the last 5 minutes. We said that yesterday. I totally agree. 100 strong on this beautiful Monday morning. Be sure to smash it, like it, do all the good stuff to it. And let's get into it. Let's talk before, again, Ty will be here hopefully within a matter of minutes. And we'll be ready to rock and roll. But I'm sure he wants to talk Vandy Bama, but he's late, so that's his fault. Bama pulls away. This game, I called this game to a T. I said it's going to come out close. Both teams will come out swinging. We were watching it alongside the Florida game. They break off for a massive, 68-yard touchdown. We're going bananas. Shuts down. I mean, Alabama gets quiet. This Vandy team comes out, punches him in the mouth. But ultimately, come out, make halftime adjustments, and the better team won. I mean, that's just kind of what it boiled down to, is your typical Bama just, listen, we're the better football team. Let's not get caught up in the charade. Let's not get caught up in the smack talking. And let's go just be who we are. And Ty Simpson, I think, threw for 340 yards and 2 touchdowns, continuing his Heisman campaign, just looking I mean, we gave this man some flack before the beginning of the season because we didn't know what to expect. This man has looked every bit of what he, well, I wouldn't say advertised, but every bit as what a 5-star should look like in his 5th or 6th year. Doing great things in that DeBoer and what's his face's offense, and it's rolling, man. They look. So Josh Pate said that Miami looks the most like kind of complete team right now, and I'd have to agree to an extent. I think if they were to go up against Bama right now, it'd be a dogfight for sure. But Miami does look good. We'll get into that for sure. But yeah, they ended up pulling away. I think Vandy had 10 points, so they did not cover because I think they moved, but I think it was only like 11, so they did not cover. Which was Cody. I think you just picked them outright, which was even crazier. But Vandy's not out of it. I don't think this isn't your dad's Vandy. This is still a really good Vandy football team that is going to make some waves in the SEC and keep the ball rolling. And another interesting point while I'm thinking about it, because they're ranked still in the top 25. Penn State and Texas falling out of the top 25. I mean, you talk about that craziness. 2 teams ranked top 3 in the preseason by week 6, gone. Adios. See you later. But Vandy still has a schedule and a half to get through. What are your thoughts on this game, big fella?
Little different when SEC play starts to happen. You're not playing School of the Blind no more.
It gets
for
bloody,
all these
man.
teams.
This is their remaining schedule. They got LSU at home, Mizzou at home. Then they go to Texas. Then they've got Auburn at home, Kentucky at home, and they go to Tennessee. So, bro, I mean, talk about a remaining schedule. My goodness.
Yeah, the only thing about Vandy that I worry is the competitive depth. They remind me of a lot like Kansas. They're a player or two away from getting injured, from not being competitive. And the way that their quarterback plays, kind of with that, head down, chip on your shoulder. I mean, you're gambling. I mean, what else you got? I mean, you're Vandy. You don't have anything else. So you got to gamble.
You have to play
Vandy did run out of. Yeah, you have to play that. Vandy did run out of gas. What I'm saying, the competitive depth for Alabama is still there. DeBoer has his guys from Washington, all of them. He went and got the OC or DC from Washington.
Back
OC.
from Seattle.
Yeah, it's clicking on all cylinders. Ty Simpson has totally shut down the possible of seeing the true freshman come in and sling the ball around. He shut that down. He's won that job. Started off early, a little rocky, but again, when we talk about teams that are starting to come together and peak at the right time, I think Bama's one of them. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Sucking me back in, dang it. Florida starting to do it. They're starting to peak at the right time. And there's some teams that are falling off.
On Saturday, he was ready to hang it up.
Texas is not looking great. Miami, another team starting to really, really put it together, playing some complimentary ball. So
yeah, Miami's fine.
Them also
finding a rhythm. Ohio State looks sound too. I mean, they took down Minnesota. Minnesota was 3-1 going into. Minnesota isn't really much to write home about, but they dominated Minnesota. They look like a pretty sound football team too. And look, I mean, this Texas thing isn't surprising. We'll get into that. But when you throw for 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, run the ball for 136 from Jam Miller, and Ryan Williams catches for 98 yards, and Bernard catches for 82 yards, and Isaiah has 66 yards, all averaging over 16 yards a clip. That's hard to beat. That is hard to beat. And look, I mean, what I'm going to think about going with these teams from the SEC, and I got to give Miami credit because they're definitely going to be battle tested, but they might hit a little bit of a snooze button here in the back half of the season. That's what's going to be interesting to find. And I think they'll match up with Georgia Tech later on, but they could find themselves in a snooze fest. But Bama obviously already played Georgia, plays a good Vandy. Now they've got Mizzou this upcoming weekend. Then they've got Tennessee, South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma. I mean, they still have got an absolute dogfight. Interesting note here. Tennessee's favored right now headed into this Oklahoma matchup this week by 3.5. 3.5.
Yeah, probably because of the quarterback deal.
Yeah.
With them missing their quarterback, which they got a tune-up against Kent State. That team's not the same, though. It's not the same as opposed to having Mateer. I still think Oklahoma's defense is going to be just too much. I really do. I think that
I agree. I don't think they need much offensively. I mean, we kind of proved that. I mean, we played well, but I don't think you need to be.
South Carolina travels to LSU this weekend. That'll be a marquee game to watch. Obviously the quarterback's back and healthy after the concussion. Looks like after the concussion, he's playing his best football. Maybe he just needed to get everything aligned
Norris?
up. So
Yeah, everything's locked back in.
yeah, knock the cobwebs loose. So post concussion, love it. So there's some good games this weekend. And if LSU loses another one, that'd be how many games skid?
Just 2, right?
Let's see.
For LSU?
Yeah.
They just lost to Ole Miss. They had a bye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they played.
But then they go, if they lose South Carolina, they've got Vandy, A&M, and
A&M and Alabama.
And a new Bobby Petrino, Arkansas.
Yeah. Good luck.
And then Oklahoma at the end.
Yeah.
But so Arkansas and Tennessee play this week. That's going to be a fun game to preview.
Could Brian Kelly get fired before Billy Napier?
The schedule.
They're not happy.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'd say BK's on just as hot as a hot seat as Billy Napier.
That might be a bit of a hot take. I think that it's
internally, not us, the national media. Internally, they are not happy.
Look at this guy.
I'm a mess.
Where
are you
What's
at?
new? What's new, Ty?
What is this, a 24-hour
here I am. I got my Florida State thing on, and people have been ragging me all week. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on around here.
I knew when he said 15
like
minutes. I was like a tie
15
is like a tie 30 minutes. I was like, we're not waiting the full 15, Ty. We're just gonna go. But this is perfect. We were just talking. We already gave Cody his flack for going 1-5 for his picks, so you missed that.
Floater had me floating a little bit.
He took it on the chin like his mom. We got over Vandy Bama. We're gonna go into. We'll wrap Vandy Bama up really quick. Did you guys see the clip of Diego getting just throttled by the old man in the stands?
Yeah, what are we doing? Like, what old man's like talking shit to a 22-year-old kid? Like, what are we doing out here? Like,
24. He's 24.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 24-year-old kid who's out here playing football in Alabama, and you were trying to get into a fight with this kid. Like, what are you doing? Like,
so did you hear what he said?
Man.
Did you hear what he said? At first, when I saw it, I go, yeah, what are we doing here? But then apparently Diego was grabbing his nutsack to the fans. So the guy was yelling, hey, you want to grab your sack in front of my kids, bro? You're trash.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't see. Okay.
There was some context. It wasn't just like, hey, you're a piece of crap. It was like, hey, you want to grab your sack in front of my kids? You're trash, cat. Grab your sack now. Where's your sack now? And I was like, honestly, okay, that's not that bad. Like, I thought he was just popping off because he won. I was like, you look stupid. But I was like, all right, like, you want to act. And look, I think I'm in a different place. Like, to me, it's when you're in, there is a line for sure. And I do think that fans always overdo it for sure. But that's what makes it great. I don't know, like, Philly fans are wild from whether it's the Eagles or Phillies. Like, they are just egregious. And I'm like, I just want to go be, I just want to go be
on
in
people.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't condone it, but I also want to be like, I want to be against it. Like, I would love to go be a part, like, just see it unfold. Like, I think it's what makes it crazy, personally.
Here's the thing: when you're talking all that shit like Pavia is, and you do lose, it doesn't look good. It's like Baker Mayfield-esque. It's like, bro, you gotta win them.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to. He's not supposed to win that game. I mean, they're in Alabama. They're 11-point dog. They're not supposed to win the game. And if they don't turn the ball over in the red zone twice, they might win that game. I mean, it could have been a whole different football game. But
and people keep saying that because, like, oh, he's talked a lot of smack. I don't feel like this smack talk has, like, well, Thomas Castellano, how he acted, which I'm not, like, complaining, but I feel like he talked a little more egregious personally. Diego just kind of walked with a sense of aura and swagger. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm like, I'm trying to think back. I've seen the clips. Like, he's not like, Bama's gonna suck these nuts. Like, I don't feel like they were like that. It was just like, he was like, yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win a national championship. That's not talking smack. That's just believing in who you are. That's saying
confidence.
Yeah.
No confidence, you have nothing.
Yeah.
No confidence, you have nothing.
But it is interesting to think when I did see the guy, when I listened to it again, I saw someone post like, oh, he was grabbing his sack. I was like, all right, it's hard for me to take that. And the guy was literally saying, hey, you're going to grab your sack in front of my kids. I was like, maybe,
All right.
maybe he's got a little bit of
All right.
and then he kind of backed off. He was just like, yeah, like that was trashy. And I mean, we all say, hey, Diego's a kid. There's kids in the stands. So there is that facet to it. Now,
Well, I also agree. It's like we do things in emotional situations that we probably would never do, and then we look terrible because we're on a film and the clips, it's 1 minute and a half, and you don't see the whole thing, so we don't know, and like
exactly.
that's the problem where we're at now. Like we don't know exactly how it went down or what went down, but they only show you a clip, and this is the way the world is. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, look, if a 24-year-old cat's grabbing his sack in front of my kids, I probably would react the same way, to be quite honest with you.
Right.
Like,
I don't think he thought about that when he did it, but I bet Diego is probably one of the people that was like, okay, I probably shouldn't have done that.
For sure. I don't think Diego was. Yeah. There's two parts to it. I don't think Diego was like Baker did it, but Baker did it like more towards the team than the fans, right? There was like,
I was there in Kansas.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about, Hall of Fame. Jesus, heaven forbid I bring up Baker. Put me out to the freaking.
What happened? Oh, they don't even like Baker?
Here. No, he said Baker Mayfield-esque. Baker is the biggest winner in college football.
Yeah, I mean Baker's
I'm talking the gesture.
Yeah, it definitely was a Baker gesture for sure. Yeah. Same kind of mentality, right? Walk on, kind of like trying to get a chip on his shoulder. I'm obviously saying the success doesn't match it, but still, yeah, very interesting. It's crazy when you get all the details of how things shake up. But all right, Ty, we kind of stalled because we weren't gonna let you miss out on this segment.
How you gonna let Miami? You were the last guard for the state, and you let Miami go up there and whoop on you. The exact same way I told you that they were gonna whip on you. You couldn't
just
stop.
Like the other five,
just
like the other 4 games too. You tell me.
Yeah, Cody, this is like Diego grabbing his sack. Like, what are you doing, bro? Bro, he's texting us he's texting me on Saturday night trying to talk smack because he got the score prediction. He didn't even get it right. He was wrong about that too. I was like, Cody, you are 0 for 4 on the day, bro. Like you missed. Like you can't even imagine.
I got this the most important one.
This was the one game that was actually Miami was favored. And you got like that was it. Not impressed.
I told you exactly how it was going to go down.
Just like you told me about the other games were going to go down. Anyways, I'll go ahead and I'll get started. I honestly thought that this was going to be a really close game. I really did. I was impressed with Miami. I was not impressed with how we did things. I mean, you can't. Once again, when you turn the ball over, you're going to lose a game. And the fumbles, you got to fix them. And then you take an unnecessary deep ball down to Squirrel White in the end zone, and they pick that off too. You just can't. You can't turn the ball over in this league. You can't turn the ball over nowadays in college football and win in games like this. Like, but you could get away with it in the past or something if like you were a better football team. But now it's so like the nil has made it so much more close that the nil's made it so much more.
Jesus, don't do that.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, it just the nil's made everybody so good in football that like it's so technical and like all these teams can beat each other and like somebody said, the days of going undefeated in college football do not exist anymore.
I said it.
That is just not going to be a thing. You said it. Just multiple.
Well, Miami right now.
People said it. I get Miami's got a chance to. I just don't think that like. That is, I just don't think it is. I think there's going to be a game where they just don't show up. We couldn't cover the receivers. Like Malachi Toney was he was abusing our corner. Like there was a play where he just didn't. Our corner didn't even move. He was in just total shock when he just put him in a blender. I mean, just put him in a blender. He didn't even move. They had better athletes than we had, and that's just the stone cold fact of it.
Yeah, I picked obviously FSU, and the way the game kind of closed is how I thought the game would go. I thought they'd be able to keep up offensively. Every team has red flags. It's the teams that are able to contain those red flags and overcome them with their green flags are the ones that are able to win. FSU red flag for me right now is Thomas Castellano, and very big on hero ball. And when things are going his way, the guy's unstoppable. When he just feels like he can be him, he's really, really good. I think there's a reason why Boston College let him go because when the pressure cooker gets hot, we see these mistakes. He tries to almost do too much, because that's where that cockiness kind of bites him in the butt a little bit. Look, Miami. I'm still on the I'm still the same beat the same drum. Carson Beck is going to be a liability. I'm going to die on that hill until he gives me reasons to not believe that. I think a team will challenge them, and that's where Miami is going to find themselves in some struggle, is when he is being more pressured. Then again, Saturday night, never found himself in a pressure situation. The kid can ball. Like, I'm not being negative here. Miami is a good football team. Mario has shown also very Billy-esque, like, where they like to kind of give things away. That those are things that I'm still looking for in Miami. They will be tested for quite some time. But I'm genuinely, I mean, if I'm FSU, your schedule isn't a complete kind of like scary, but these are things that when you have a full May transfer portal team, does it fall apart? Do you start to get a little worried? Because now the season's kind of like, all right, well, you don't control your own destiny anymore because of your schedule. This is where having a cake schedule kind of kills you guys. 2 losses. Florida has if Florida wins out and FSU wins out, which either one can't win, but Florida's more likely to get in with 3 losses than FSU with 2.
I would agree with that statement, because, like you said, you're gonna have more quality wins than what Florida State's going to end up with.
Yeah.
Obviously Florida State can't lose another game, and like you said, they don't control their own destiny. They do have a favorable schedule moving forward, but at the end of the day, like, there's going to be some tough. And when you go on the road in college football, it's hard. I don't care what anybody
played at home.
says. I know. I'm just saying, like,
it was that bad. You guys thought it was a Miami
I'm
State?
just mean, like, I'm talking about the rest of the season. I'm just saying the rest of the season. Like I said, Texas going on the road to Florida was a tough place to go for them. Arch Manning, once again, didn't look good. Texas is going to lose 3 or 4 football games. Cody, remember when we talked about Penn State? We said Penn State was going to lose 3 or 4 football games, and we got called a bunch of morons. They can't even beat UCLA. So
I was wrong on that one.
College football's tough now. It's tough. And
you know what I thought of the other day watching the games and watching the parity?
Miami's definitely a beatable team, though. We've seen it. Like, they're not.
Correct.
Yeah.
They're not like a barn burner. Like, I would my bad. I'd take Alabama as a more complete team than Miami right now.
I'm still in Oklahoma when mid-tier gets back.
If they can hold that together, I think Oklahoma's the best team in the country with Mateer at quarterback.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. But I also think that Miami's very good. But like you said, it's a lot of the athletes. It's not necessarily Carson Beck making a lot of plays. It's they use their athletes very well.
Very well.
And he did throw one good deep ball to Malachi Tony. I'm not going to take that from him because he did throw one deep ball. But a lot of it's Malachi Tony catching the ball and running the ball, or it's Daniels just putting people in blenders and he's wide open. It's not. They're using their players the right way.
I want to say this too, because I don't want Miami fans. Hold on, I don't want Miami fans to think that I'm being like I'm not hating them at all. They have played great football. They look phenomenal. Like, I'm not being a hater. I'm just letting. These are my red flags. Again, as not a fan, I can see it a little bit differently. If you're a Miami fan, you should be talking all the smack, feeling very confident in how you guys are, and 100%. But this Miami team feels very similar to what Iowa State has looked like the first couple of weeks. And that's why I wasn't a believer in Iowa State going up against Cincinnati, because I saw there was reachable areas to overthrow them. In the same breath, that doesn't mean Miami can't just figure it out. Like, they're winning while going through these growing pains, and that's more important than anything. Just take Ohio State, for example. You can be kind of iffy-washy, but if you continue to win and build confidence, you overcome those things even more so. So, again, I want to kind of get this better. I love talking smack and trolling, but I want to make sure, like, I'm being genuine here when I'm saying these things. I'm not just thrashing Miami. And look, FSU, I can say these things about FSU because after week 1, I was a firm believer in FSU. I talked nothing but great things about them, and they've disappointed me. And they've completely have. Yeah, I mean, the way they have looked was exceptional, and the way they've looked the last 2 weeks, this is what I said at the beginning of the year. I thought Bama would have caught them off guard and kind of thrown them for a loop, but no, it just took 3 weeks, and now it's still happening. So there's a little bit of concern if I'm an FSU fan. Again, this isn't like Florida versus FSU. This is just simply addressing a game. I would be concerned. Before you go, Cody, I had a thought the other day when I was watching football, and I go, it feels, like you said, with the parity in it, it feels like March Madness now. And what I mean by that is March Madness, the reason why you have upsets is because you have to have a well-coached basketball team. But on any given game during March Madness, a game can be taken over by an individual player from someone doing well. But to win a March Madness, you've got to be coached well. You can't just have star-studded superpower, because we've seen plenty of teams like a Kentucky or a Duke team that has a bunch of studs on it that gets wally-whopped by just a well-ran, oiled machine that's been coached. Because the parity in basketball is you can get 5 studs, but how much better are they than a well-coached guys that maybe just got overlooked in high school? It's not, the separation isn't as much as you think. It's just bringing those 5 stars together and putting, great coaching. Football is getting into that, where it's like the parity isn't as much anymore because of NIL. It allows for all these teams to have that talent to be there. And now it's really going back to, hey, you gotta coach this well, you gotta manage this game well, because a good coach with good talent can go take down a Bama consistently now, not just like a random upset. And you wonder, you think, and you go back to those Bama teams and whatnot, and it's like, I'm not taking anything from Saban, but it's like, man, were they just really good football teams, right? Did Saban get in at the right time and was able to control a certain part of it? Was he really a good coach, or was he a good coach with just in a perfect ecosystem? Like, now I don't believe that you have to be a great coach on top of doing everything else right because of NIL. That was my thoughts on that. But go ahead, Cody.
Yeah, well, the best thing about Miami and what makes them really dangerous is they have something that does travel well. Usually the run game and the defense usually travels pretty well, regardless of where you're playing at. And they have both. They have very good trenches. They can just lean on you and run it to end the game. And then they do have a couple weapons that can take over a game, aka Malachi Tony.
Yeah.
No, was he that elite versus us? No, but just like that, if he gets hot and he gets rolling, watch out. It's a game changer.
Hard to stop. And look, defensively, I think Miami is very sound.
Oh, they're stout. I mean, up front,
Yeah.
they're stout. I mean, those two ends, but Ruben Bain, I mean, like, he might be the first overall pick. Like, I mean, that's how good he played. Like, it's impressive.
Yeah,
he's
good.
large. He's very good. But
it's Carson Beck for me, boys. Carson Beck is
you got to show up every week in college football now.
Carson Beck and Mario Gaff.
Yeah.
We'll see how it all plays out. All right, we got Mississippi State, Texas A&M. This game was probably the least sexy of the 5. Would we agree? It just really didn't.
Yeah.
It had a little bit of sexiness to it. It was like 7-3 going into half, and it's like, oh, here we go, Mississippi State hanging on. And then A&M said, relax. We're doing just fine. Marcel Reed comes out there, starts slinging the rock, passing it to KC Conception for like 68 yards, doing all the good stuff right. Blake Shapen just couldn't find himself. I don't think they moved the ball over the 50 after that field goal, Mississippi State.
Yeah,
They scored one more time, but
it's tough for Mississippi State. They're getting better. I mean, from where they were and the depths of despair, like, they were not good. They couldn't even compete. But now they've like turned their team around. But they're not on this level yet. Going into Texas A&M is just they're not. They don't have the speed to compete with that team. They did battle at the beginning, and they played good defense, and they put a lot of effort into it. But at the end of the day, Texas A&M speed and Marcel Reed, you just can't. They just weren't ready to be on that level yet, and. I think Texas A&M is a very complete football team because they play defense as well, and Marcel Reed. But I think Marcel Reed can be, throwing the football sometimes can get a little erratic also. So, I don't know. Like, Texas A&M is very good. We got a lot of good football teams this year, so I'm looking forward to the rest of the year. In all truthfulness.
Yeah, I think they're a well-coached team. I think that's the big thing for me, and I just went on that rant about being coached well. They've got talent. They are fast. My gosh, are they fast on every side of the ball? Texas A&M. And yeah, Mississippi State, look, nothing to hang your hat on. I feel like they're Vandy, not necessarily last year, but they're right there. I feel like Lebby has put out enough product of work to be able to probably convince some guys more so to come through the portal. I also think that he might be selling himself to be promoted elsewhere because of the things that he's been able to do at Mississippi State in such a short time. But yeah, Mike Elko, man, that guy is. To think where he came from Duke, and to step into that A&M situation that seemed a bit messy when he did, and has really put this program into full speed. I think that the reason why they're not getting the same amount of love as other teams, like when you think about talking about teams in college football, A&M never gets the appreciation, I believe, and I think it's a Marcel Reed situation. I don't think people are bought into the mobile quarterback just yet. I am. I think he's good, but I think there's probably some question marks there. What?
Can't be that they're a fake military academy with a cultish personality of fan base, and they do a lot of weird stuff. Can't be that.
No, I meant like just the national media not talking about A&M. I feel like they always kind of get overlooked. I hear you, but that doesn't mean. I mean, okay. That
Come on.
That's not my point. Is though I feel like they never. Again, like we talk about Oklahoma, we're saying Oklahoma's top 5 team, but this A&M team possesses the same identity, if you will. Great defense again, but that quarterback position isn't a John Mateer, your typical pro quarterback style, able to sling the rock. Look, Marcel Reed has grown before our eyes and is going to be a fit for Florida. This was a team that I circled at the beginning of the year that concerned me, and it still is. It's even more so than what I thought now. Heading into that game, it'll be interesting to see. I think, look, we're going to find a lot out about A&M. You'll find a lot about Marcel Reed this week. I think Florida has done a good job of adjusting their defense, even though USF, we kind of got ran on there a little bit. But I think that we do a great job with maintaining the run, and the line has adjusted to mobile quarterbacks. So Marcel Reed, I think, is going to be challenged more so than he has been offensive or defensively. A&M's defense, though, is also going to challenge Florida. I'm not saying that Florida's going to go in there do some things. All I'm saying is that we'll get some more answers this week, in my opinion, from A&M.
Yeah, I agree, but I think last year and the year prior, we're frightened to death, obviously, of a mobile quarterback. This year, I'm not with this defense. I'm not worried about a mobile quarterback. I'm not worried about Marcel Reed. I'm not worried about a pure pocket passer. The defense is elite. The question is the offense going to be Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde? Are we going to get a great game from Billy Napier and the boys, or are we going to get a LSU debacle? That's the biggest question. But this defense is going to travel fine. Stadium noise. I don't think that's really going to be all that big. I mean, they're used to noisy stadiums. It's a 7:00 night game, but it's a ranked opponent away, and Billy Napier is not great at ranked opponents away, as opposed to Mississippi State. The Mississippi State Texas A&M game. Boy, Mississippi State's like 3 portal pieces away from really being a problem.
Yeah,
like if they could get like some weapons on offense, just like some elite caliber weapons. I know they got some guys. But you get some guys that can take a game over. Watch out. They are going to ruin a lot of people's days in that Jeff Lebby offense.
Ty?
I'll say this. I'll just, you were talking about Florida. The return of Dallas Wilson. Wow. Was that?
We'll save it. We got UF Texas.
I just, you were talking about the offense, and I was just like, wow. The Dallas Wilson was just. Whew.
Yeah, save it. You can praise us in a minute. Thoughts on the Mississippi State game?
Oh, I mean, I gave my thoughts. Like, I think Texas A&M's a complete football team. They're super fast. They have a lot of speed. Yeah. But once again, I'll say it again because it is true, and they are going to be tough to stop. I mean, they're good. There's no getting around it. They are good.
No question. Real quick, boys and girls, this episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any excitement this season on PrizePicks when it's good to be right. Got the little Monday money line up here. We got T-Law. We got listen, we got Monday Night Football in Duval. All right? I don't know if one of our boy Ty's going to be there tonight. We've got Trevor Lawrence to have more than 216.5 passing yards. Then Travis Etienne scooped him up in one of my fantasy leagues, and he has been an absolute treat. More than half a touchdown. He's been all over it. I like this game to be up there, probably the 24-28 echelon. Then Hollywood Brown to have more than 2.5 receptions. He's been an absolute target machine for Mr. Patty Mahomes. And then an adjusted line, Patty Mahomes more than 209. I think the original line is like 269. I just didn't feel good about it. They're rocking the old school end zone designs in Jacksonville tonight. Love it. Love how they're just fully committed to the throwback for the 30-year anniversary. Big fan of it. Myself. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Look, 2 to 3 is probably your sweet spot. I like to get slutty with it, and that's where I usually go to 4. And again, I'm on a 3 streak burner right now where I have been 3 of 4. 3 of 4. And I used a flex play last time, didn't do it yesterday, and I'm punching myself for it. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Joins millions of users and sign up today. Download the app and use the code HIGHTOP to get $50 on lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HIGHTOP to get $50 on lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it is good to be right. That it is, my friends. That it is. All right, Cincinnati ISU. This game was what really kicked off the talking smack to Cody because it was 31-7, and it looked like ISU didn't have a hope or a prayer. And it was exactly what I thought. ISU had been sus all year long. They haven't really looked to be the part. Just kept finding ways to win. And this Cincy team played very well against Nebraska. At home, I thought they were going to go in there and do some things. And came out swinging, punched him in the mouth. ISU, though, did not shy away. Rocco Bet, that guy is going to be... There got to be some eyeballs on him, in my opinion, on the NFL draft, which April will be here before we know it, and Cody will be breaking it down. But I think he'll be a good pick. He'll be later on, but he'll be one of those guys that goes to an organization I think won't be the starter, and then will slowly find his way playing some football, and could be a name we talk about a lot just because of his will to win and his ability to get things done. But brings him back, but turnovers and whatnot, ultimately Cincinnati pulls away. And again, just once again confirming what we've been saying this entire time, the Big 12 is wide open. Wide open. It's even Colorado TCU, that game was in it. Colorado has just given their last 3 games away personally. But Colorado just giving these teams fits like the TCU, the BYUs, just makes me believe even more that the Big 12 is wide open. It's not wide open, actually. No, it's Texas Tech, and then it's everybody else. So I don't see a team in the stratosphere from that division, and a lot of divisions that's beating that football team right now. That's a good football team, but ISU takes a loss here, not out of it, but Cincinnati, I mean, right in the mix of it. Think about them. I thought when Luke Fickell left, they would be dead to rights, but by golly, I was mistaken there. They're rocking and rolling here. Ty?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it was the defense for Iowa State that was, a problem for them. Because if you watch the Cincinnati offense, Sorsby and Pryor, they were just running the ball straight down the field. And Sorsby is going to be a problem in that Big 12. Like, Cincinnati's got a legit chance because he is a really good leader. He's a very good runner, and he throws the ball pretty well, honestly. I think that Cincinnati's going to have a chance. I don't know if they're necessarily, but I do think that they could make the Big 12 championship. I definitely believe that. Iowa State's just going to have too many problems with, like you said, you go down 2 starting corners. It's just tough, man. It's just the way it works. It sucks for them, but you lose them for the season, then you're just re-putting your whole secondary back together almost. So, that's going to be tough for Iowa State. Rocco Beck's pretty good. He's a leader. I don't know if he's quite NFL caliber, but, he's a good leader. I respect what he's done, and I respect Iowa State. I like Campbell over there coaching that football team, but I just don't think.
Let's say he could be Brock Purdy-esque. He gets drafted somewhere, sits behind, and he can come in and do some things. Look, Cincinnati, they're tied right now for first place in the Big 12 with Texas Tech, Arizona State, and BYU. Both all 4 are 2-0.
Texas Tech's got to be favored to win that conference at the moment. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah, I mean BYU. I think that obviously they were a game from being in it last year, but I don't see anybody. Cincinnati and BYU play each other, but Cincinnati doesn't play any other of the top ranked teams. That's the one crazy thing with this. Like I feel like there's just so many teams on all these conferences that there isn't enough crossover. Like the fact that there's 4 teams that are undefeated in first place and Cincinnati doesn't play any of them. That's wild. Cody?
Yeah, Cincinnati did try to give it away though. They had I think 10 or 12 penalties in the fourth quarter. They were trying to give it away. They were trying to, but ISU
Cody.
just not enough. Huh?
You still lost.
I know, but ISU just didn't have enough offensive firepower to get it around. And then on defense, they are actually down to their 4th corner. They lost another corner in game, so they are down to their 4th string and 5th string corner. Not good, especially with the depth that ISU kind of recruits talent-wise. It's going to be tough. They might stick a fork in them. They might be done for that run for the Big 12 there. You got to have some defense. I know Big 12 isn't a marquee defensive conference, but you got to have something. So it doesn't surprise me though, Cincy with the speed that they have, with a couple of the wide receivers and running back, that they really put that defense in a blender there. And it's going to be fun to see maybe a Texas Tech and Cincy game at the end of the year for the championship.
Kyle Wright, $5 for Cody's gambling debt. Thank you.
I don't gamble anymore because my picks are so bad.
tough day in the office for the kid. Tough day in the office for the kid. All right, let's get into the last little bit here, boys. We got Texas Gators, Dolly Wally. We've talked a lot about this game, obviously on this channel, but
yeah,
man, it was good to get a W. If you ask around, I mean, I don't know if Florida fans were happy or sad. It was the weirdest weekend I've ever had winning a football game. And I'm going to talk about it tonight on the show, but I'm like, this is honestly, like, this is the thing that I'm thinking, when I was a kid, man, if Florida, we won. Like, the political part of it is just stupid. I can't stand it. I got to be honest with you. And I don't know if I should care because of the situation that we have this talking platform of like when people are cheering for the team, it's like, what's wrong with this organization? You're okay with mediocrity. I'm like, I don't know how to feel anymore. Like, when I was just a kid growing up, we just tuned in on Saturday, watch your team win or lose.
You weren't this invested.
That was it.
You weren't this invested.
I know, but it's like
anytime you get more invested in anything, you get more ravenous.
I think we get more ignorant with it. I think that's what it is. I think we feel like we should have a bigger voice in something or whatnot. It's like, look, I remember when we started this, it was the year Mullen got fired. And I remember like talking as if, if he stays, cool. If he doesn't, cool. Like, I really didn't care. It's like, we just want to win football games. And then I remember him losing and being fired. So, okay, let's move on to the next one. Like, it was just very simple. Like this, like somebody tweeted it and they're 100% right. If Florida wins out and goes to the playoffs, people are going to be pissed. And it's like, what? I can't wrap my noggin around it. I just genuinely can't. I digress.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think it's because people do not believe that Billy Napier can win a national championship.
But that's irrelevant. If he wins out.
Hold on. Can I finish? Sorry. I think that Billy Napier has not done a good job with not backing himself into a corner with the amount of talent that he has, the amount of coverage that Florida gets. He's not done himself any favors in the fan base. And there is a lot of stuff to criticize. Why does it take you 4 weeks to get the team up and going? That's not that's not what winning coaches do.
I know. I don't disagree with any. Again, this is moving the goalpost. That's not what I'm saying.
It's not moving the goalpost.
If they win out, which I don't think is going to happen, but if they win out, none of what we're saying right now, it matters.
Well, people are afraid that they're gonna keep him. They're gonna keep him because he makes a good bowl game or a playoff one game playoff berth, and then gets drugged by whoever we play, and that's what people are worried about. They're done. They're done. They're done with Billy Napier.
It doesn't. You're going to get drugged by anybody if you win out. Like, you clearly beat a lot of good football teams if you win out.
Listen,
I don't.
I'm just telling you.
I wonder if we've got spies on the inside. This is.
I'm gonna give you guys my take, and then I'm gonna get to work because I actually have a real job. I know that's hard to believe. But this is what I thought about that football game. I told you guys I thought they were going to win. I thought they were going to win 10-7. But you know what happened? They found offense. They found Dallas Wilson was back. It was the biggest piece I've ever seen missing from an offense in my entire life. I thought they played phenomenal football. The defense we know was already good. That wasn't the issue. If they have an offense now, Florida is legit. They're legit a contender again. I mean, there's no getting around it. Like, they play defense. And if Lagway can play like he did, but you got to see it on the road too. I thought they would beat Texas home. Texas, to me, is a very overrated football team. Arch Manning is not what anyone expected him to be. Like I said, he's just out there playing football, not to disappoint his family. I mean, that's what it feels like. It's like, I have to be because I'm a Manning. Like, that's what it feels like to me. But as moving forward, like, I think Florida is going to cause a lot of problems, just like they did last year. They started off terrible, and then they kept winning, and they were causing all kinds of issues. I I'm actually excited for Halloween when they come down here and play the Georgia game because I can't wait to see that again. That's going to be sweet. I'm looking forward to it. So you guys, I think you guys are in a good spot. I mean, not in a great spot, but what I'm saying is the offense looked better, and it could be in a good spot moving forward. If that's the case, you're going to probably beat a lot of these teams that you have left on the schedule.
Ty, if this is these are what I don't. If winning out will have nothing to do with Billy Napier, what? But losing,
I said I got to go to my job.
Losing would be his fault, but winning out would not be his fault. Like the guys in a lose-lose. The guys in a lose-lose. Just say you hate Billy Napier. All right, get to work, Ty.
Right? I love you guys.
Love you, buddy.
I love everybody for tuning in. Thank you guys. I'm be right in your face. Y'all enjoy your day and have fun your win.
We can't enjoy it. We're not allowed to. Again, Shelton taking back the girl. Listen, it's not even fun to talk about. It really isn't. And I shouldn't read the comments because it's just like you get sucked into it. Like I'm having a dialogue. Like I'm just trying to, like, some people's minds are made up. And honestly, like,
I think a lot of people's minds are made up.
I hear you, and I'm with you. I don't think it happens. I've already said this, but I'm asking a genuine question. If like I gotta ask Dave. Dave won't answer it. Nobody will answer it. If he goes 9-3 and makes a playoff, what are we talking about? Like I'm tempted to have, like, I want to ask, like, because I know Silk and Dan and all these guys, like, I'm not afraid to go toe to toe. I want you to convince me. And I'm not trying to buy back in. And I'm not, listen, I don't think this A&M game is going to be the telltale sign. I don't think they're going to go and win. But I'm playing like a huge hypothetical, like, big turnaround. If they go 9-3, like, what are we even talking about? This is a very similar situation of what Ohio State fans, they wanted to fire Ryan Day. He's gone.
For less, actually, for losing to Michigan.
Well, I'm saying, like, same situation. I don't know.
Oh, a little different. Little different, but no. And what did Ryan Day have to go do to save his job? And hoisted a national championship trophy at the end of the year.
Sure.
Listen. If Billy goes 9-3 and we make a playoff run,
this is what it is.
It's going to be hard.
Good.
It's going to be it's going to be hard to replace him. Yes, it's going to be. That's going to be the biggest question. What do you do now? Because you can easily keep him on contract, not have to pay the buyout, dump a bunch of money in the portal. Not that I think he'll grab a bunch of portal players, but you're not going to force him to go get an OC. We've already tried that. So you're going to get what you get, and it can go good or it can go bad. But it's like nothing is a sure thing. This is football. We could bring in Lane Kiffin, and we can have just a run of bad luck where quarterbacks blow their knees out left over right, and we got nobody left. It's not a for sure thing. There's nothing for sure, right? I mean, a lot of coaches are losing games they shouldn't. The question is if he goes 9-3, beats a bunch of good ranked teams, what do you do at the end of the year? There's not a legit zero shot. I mean, factually, there's still a chance.
Let me chat GPT real quick. But Nick, why are we even talking about 9-3? Because it's Monday morning at 9:45 in the morning, and that's what you do on sports show. You talk about hypotheticals, Nick. Okay, that's why we're talking about it. What do you mean? Why are we talking about it? That's what this show is. We talk about nonsense. We talked last week about a make believe list that James Franklin existed on. I'm not yelling at you, Nick. I'm yelling with you. Judah, 100% agree with Sheldon. If we go 9-3 with this type of gauntlet of a schedule, why do we believe he's not? That's my point. Is like that. My only thing is, it's not about 9-3. It's not about the record. It's more so the things you have to cross off to get to that point. When you're like, he's not the guy, he can't coach. If you do what it seems insurmountable, you answer a ton of questions. You have to.
I don't know what he's telling those players either, but God dang, they believe in him. The players, the recruits, like
I don't care about that. I don't care about all that. That doesn't mean anything. I'm not saying keep him around because he's a good guy, but like if you go 9-3, like that's why I can't wrap my head around it, bro. Like I just I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I really let's do the numbers. I'm pulling up Chat GPT. And I get frustrated because like where I get annoyed, and it's just comments. But I respect the comments. I respect y'all's opinion and your thoughts. Like, that's what makes the show go around. But everyone thinks that I'm just sitting here like, oh, Billy, I love you again. Well, like, no, I'm not. That's not. I'm just having an open dialogue. Like, it's okay to ask a question. Some of you can't put your emotions aside. You are so just distraught and hate Napier, and I hear you. I came on this channel. I have evidence of me saying, hey, I am off the train. I am not a believer in Napier. I've said this to you guys. I'm not bought back in. I love this team and want this Gator football team to be successful. However we get there, I really don't give a damn. Just want to get there.
Yeah. And I think because we've lost the 3 games already, that it's like, oh, there's no way they're going to run through this gauntlet and win and make a playoff berth. Like, but that was always the keep him. Like, if he made a playoff berth, then we keep him. That was always the goal. We're not moving the goalposts. The goalpost is set at 9-3 making a playoff. 10-2, 9-3 making a playoff run. It's not possible.
Yeah, I think this is a good point too, Mob. People have the BCS and 14 playoff formulas in mind, the playoff format we have now. That is a huge thing that the game has changed and shifted so much in 4 years that you don't have to play perfect football. Now, and again, here's my thing that I think I agree with everybody on and this is where I am all in, is the same nuances that Napier continues to throw at us continue to pop up. The in-game management, the lack of killer instinct, all those things concern me mightily. And here's the thing. They are going to be put to the maximum test. And look, going into this year, we had the same concerns. I did. Those were the only things that I was concerned about. So on Saturday, this is why I actually feel pretty good about my thoughts. I don't feel necessarily as bad anymore because the hype and the things that I said were all there on Saturday. DJ Lowry looked good. Dolly Wally was the man. Jaden Ball ran the ball. The O-line played exceptional. Everything that I said would happen and I thought that would happen happened Saturday. What was my main concern? Every time you asked me, what is your concerns? Secondary was a concern for me, and they got cooked. And management from Napier, that was a concern on Saturday. So now all of a sudden we're 6 weeks in, and my takes don't look as egregious as they once were. In the same breath, the same thing that I said towards Miami fans, where it's like, hey, you have time and ability to grow through them. Everybody has growing pains. You can outgrow them. You can figure them out. So if you went out, you figured them out. All the things that we were, because everybody in here giving me smack, calling me a Disney Gator, was on the same damn train, outside of maybe 2 people. But I know for a fact, game 1 after LIU, everyone felt really good. There were still people that were reserved, but people felt very confident in the team that was going into this year. And USF sucked the blood right out of us, as it should have. It did to me. It did to me.
Yep.
All right, what we know here's it is. It's extremely unlikely Florida wins out, i.e. wins every game in 2025. The odds are very low, but we can try to put a rough estimate on it using projections, odds, and schedule analysts to just suggest. Love it. This is how we wake up on Monday morning. I mean, this is what we're doing here. ChatGPT and the boys. I think it'd be a lot better if Cody had a floater, but
hey, I got to take a day off every now and then.
I'd agree. I digress. Nick says if we beat TMU, I may actually believe we go 9-3. That, to me, though, that's the crazy thing, is that literally it comes down to Saturday. Saturday is going to tell us a whole lot more of where if this team is really taking the turn and if Napier has taken the turn. I'm telling you. All right, the Gators have a tough schedule, including games versus elite, blah, blah, blah. The line, here we go. Wait. Hold on. It's starting from the beginning of the year. Hold on.
Yeah, we can meet Miami back in the playoffs and beat them when it matters, though. Hard to beat a team twice. Yeah, TMU's beatable. All these teams are beatable. Like the talent level, and especially when you have listen, as long as the defense doesn't lay an egg, go out there flat and lay an egg, which I don't think they're gonna do. They're playing elite defense. The offense is the question. Is it Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde? Defense keeps you in all these games, I think. That's the crazy thing.
So my prediction.
You said 4%.
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't say 4%.
Yeah, you said the other day when we were like listing all the stuff. You said I give it like a 4% chance.
Oh, for them winning out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a personal one. So it's giving A&M a 28% chance of winning. Or excuse me, 36% chance. Mississippi State 73, Georgia 26, Kentucky 58, Ole Miss 22% chance of winning, Florida chances of winning. Tennessee 35, Florida State 60. Now obviously these things can adjust, right?
Yeah.
But that is where this is ESPN's projections. So again,
you're saying there's a chance.
I mean, there's always a chance. It's week to week, but this would be unheard of. I mean, it would be, again, that's my thing, is that it is so crazy that's why it's like if they go 9-3, it's like, what are we even talking about? That's my thing. They put themselves in a hole.
Yeah.
Look,
but if you are listen, if you're gonna,
we said at the beginning of the year, 8-4 could get you into the playoffs, which would be crazy.
Depends who the fourth loss is and when it is. If it's the last week, I don't.
If it's this week, I don't think Napier gets fired this week unless it's like a complete and utter blowout. I don't. People are gonna get mad at me. It's not. This isn't me like advocating for it. I'm just letting you know. I've already said
I don't think the defense is gonna do that though. I don't think the defense is gonna go out and just play a nothing burger. I think there's just too much depth and talent. This is the thing also. If you want your 3 losses, truthfully, you want them in the beginning of the season. I know it's not what everybody wants to hear. I'm not moving the freaking goalpost. You'll want them in the beginning of the season, and this is why. Because nobody's going to remember that shit at the beginning of the season. Okay? Nobody's going to remember that. They're going to say, oh my God, UF has gone on a historic run. There's no way we can't keep them out at 9-3, 8-4. Because look at all the teams they beat in a row. They went on a, 6-game win streak. You can't take a team that hot and take them out. Am I wrong? And we're not out of SEC championship play.
Well, that was what I was getting to next. Of like, that's the kind of the crazy part too. Is like, again, I said it yesterday. If for the people that hate Billy, it's a win-win because you still want your team to win. I would hope. And so if they win, we win.
SEC championship.
And if Florida loses,
game.
I think that Napier's line. It should be in my opinion. How I look at this is like, if I'm Strickland, it's like, dude, you're at your last bullet. So if you lose at any point you lose, you are gone. That's a matter of a fact. And that's kind of how I've looked at it. So if he figures it out, great. If he doesn't, great. Like that's how I look at it. But right now so Florida is 1-1 in SEC play. Look, Ole Miss is 3-0, A&M's 2-0, Bama's 2-0, Mizzou is 1-0. But Mizzou and Bama play. Oklahoma and Bama, Oklahoma and Mizzou play. They're all undefeated. So only one can come out alive, essentially. So you're going to have 2 teams that have 1 loss. A&M plays probably a couple of those teams as well, too. Vanderbilt's 1-1, LSU's 1-1, but LSU has to play Oklahoma. LSU has to play Mizzou. LSU has to play, you know what I mean? Like Ole Miss is the only one that can kind of squeak out of here. But again, they're going to take 1 spot. They got Georgia and Oklahoma left. But their schedule is the easiest. They have Mississippi State, easy, South Carolina at home, and then their 3 big ones, in my opinion, are going to be Georgia, Oklahoma, and Florida. So they might be the one team that kind of solidifies himself in the SEC championship, unless Gardner a big complete choke at the end here. But A&M has Mizzou, LSU. Theirs is pretty cake too. So Florida's got to win this one if they want that chance, because I think A&M. With 2 losses, A&M probably won't lose anymore after that in the SEC, mind you. They could drop to Mizzou, but they're not losing to Texas. I don't care what anybody says.
Yes, we play Ole Miss. Yeah, we play them like in 3 weeks or something.
Yeah,
So here's the thing too.
$5 super chat for Jason. Thank you, Jason.
I think if you make it to the SEC championship game in general, the winner automatically gets an auto bid. I think if you make that game in general, you're in the playoffs.
Oh, 100%. 100%. There isn't. The only
Yeah.
conference that didn't have both teams from their conference was the Big 12 last year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So you make that championship game, you're in the playoffs.
Clemson had the winner and loser. SEC had the winner and loser. The Big 10 obviously had the winner and loser. And then, I mean, look, the Big 10, like it showed that it paid not. I mean, Indiana made it. They didn't play in the SEC championship.
Or the Big 10.
Big 10, excuse me. Yeah. So look, it's all just we're
That's a lot of right. Hey, you got to get a lot of right bounces. Okay, it's all gotta. You gotta keep the injury bug away from the defense. You gotta get a lot of bounces for this to happen. Still possible, and we'll be here. We'll be here for it, bub.
Chris
Guarantee
says
that.
8-4 is not getting Florida into the playoffs, Sheldon. I mean, you can't say that convictingly. I just don't believe that you can. I'm not. I would say if they're 8-4, their chances of getting into playoffs are like 2%. Because my reason,
Yeah,
being
a lot of other things have to bounce the right way and lose. I don't want that. I don't want to get in because 5 teams lost all on the same weekend.
I just think if there was a team that's 8-4 that gets in, it would be Florida because of the schedule. I don't think that it happens. Do I think that the likelihood of it happening are more increased for this 8-4 team? Yeah. I don't think that it will, but there's just a lot of crossover play. But again, a lot of things have to happen for that to be even in play. Like, you're 8-4, you'll no longer control your destiny. But my point to the saying is that the reason why I don't think that they will fire Billy for 24 losses because that possibility is still there. There's also a possibility that if you're 8-4, you would only have 2 SEC losses. You could find yourself in the SEC championship game. And like we just said, if you're in the SEC, because you could be a 2-loss SEC team and get in. Like that's legitimate. That's what I'm saying.
People keep saying the ugly USF loss. Yeah, listen, that's not going to matter. Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois or something last year.
No, but they didn't have as many losses. It's not this. It's my point is it's not about it's because if they're 8-4 and things happen in front of them, they could find themselves in the SEC championship game, which then could like it's all what we're talking about.
A lot of what ifs.
Yeah, we're talking about a scratch off ticket here, boys. Like genuinely.
Yeah.
Like I'm being honest. I'm not sitting here like this is what's frustrating. Like this is cooler talk. Like people get mad. Like I'm trying to like push this agenda. Like no, I'm just simply talking as a fan, as I think we all would. Like if you're a fan and don't have this agenda of getting Napier fired or hate Billy Napier, and you're just simply like, hey, I'm going for the orange and blue. Win. This would be the conversation we would have. Like, this is the conversations I have grew up having. And you used to not be able to have these conversations because if once you would lose, it was over with. This is why I've always loved, like, the NFL and MLB because you're like, all right, like, bro, no joke. Braves baseball sucked this year. And we went on, like, a 12-game winning streak at the end. And we were, like, 6 games back from being in the wild card. And I was like, I'm looking. I'm like, yo, shit, we got a chance to make this. And I was like, okay, never mind. The math's not there. But for a second, I looked at it. I was like, can we go on a run? And I'm done with Snit. And he got fired at the end of the season. But I was like, this whole the amount of talent that the Braves have wasted the last 3 years. Like, you think that what Napier has done has been bad. We got a World Series out of it. But this team should have been to the World Series like almost every year. It could have been the team of the 20s of how talented it was and how many games they won, and they would just fall flat in the playoffs. But that's kind of how I always looked at things. Of like, I'm a fan of the logo and of these players. I've never been this whole kind of getting caught up into the political aspect of it. Like, it makes it for me not fun because I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong for that, but
I just want to win. I just want to see winning again.
Yeah, we have the talent. Look, this is Tim Blackburn. We have the talent and the mindset. The mindset's what's huge. Like this team, like if the team possessed the mindset of the fan base, yeah, we would be 0-5 right now. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. But
yeah, I don't care.
That isn't the case. We are the Braves. Yeah, we are. Hopium, whatever. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, it sucks being a Gator fan and a Braves fan. The Braves chop like FSU. Yeah, my buddy, we're in the same boat. He refuses to do the tomahawk chop at the game.
No tomahawk for him.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I love it. I don't correlate the two personally.
Oh, real fast, guys! If you haven't seen the 12 minutes of masterpiece from this last game, you just go ahead and check that thing out. It's under our videos. I mean, it's absolutely incredible.
It was a good time yesterday or Saturday. Yeah, it was fun.
I want more of that. I want more of that.
I mean, that's what I enjoy. Like that to me, putting it together, I was like, this was fun. This is what I love to do. This is what it's all like. This is how the channel started. Like just being a fan. Like people ask, like, how did you get started with High Top? It's like, well, we wanted to talk sports, and then my fandom obviously took over, and I was able to talk about it very easily because you love the game. And look, you kind of find yourself in a different world than did I expect to be here and having these. No, never. And I even thought about the other day, I was like, bro, we are so in this right now. Like you and I and all of us, like we're so embedded in going day to day and just chit chat. 10, 15 years from now, we're going to look back at this and be like, yo, what a time. Like, we can't even comprehend how sick this is. Like, I think, because it's been 10 years since I started, like, YouTube and did vlogs and stuff. And my buddy and I, we joke, Ricky, we'll joke all the time of, like that was a pretty cool era. And it went by pretty quickly. And it's crazy that was 10 years ago. And I'll go back and watch the vlogs. I'm like, man, that was fun. That was sick. And you don't really think about it when you're in it. This is going to be, I think, again, if it doesn't end, maybe I'll never really get to, see it into that full landscape. And that kind of probably is the dream of like, I never have to look back because I'm always living it. But yeah.
I mean, we have hoisted one national championship as a High Top crew.
Pretty cool. Yeah. That was cool. Look, someone said to put the videos of the game in the montage. I've done that before, but I get canned, and they come and get me. I would like to, but we get they sometimes take the video down because of it. Couple super chats here. I love it.
It's copyright.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It sucks. I think I can come around it because I can maybe label the video as a reaction. So I'm gonna look into that. Bro, we don't hate Billy or mad at you guys. We just have shown this job is too much for him, and even after this win, it still shows the same issues. No, I know. Look, Sam, I know that there are some people that genuinely listen and care. There are some that like genuinely attack myself, which I don't really care. I mean, it is what it is. Like I kind of understand the role of this, of like, because people don't know who I am. So people, take, they see this and they go, oh, this guy's just this or what I don't know what their thought process or their opinion of it is. Like, I can't control it. So it doesn't faze me. But I do appreciate, and I take comments and people's thoughts into considerations of, I think it's there is a part of that of like to be accountable. Like you got to take feedback. So there's a balance, and that sometimes you can kind of get a little lopsided, but people do hate Billy. That is true. And yes, like I'm not bought back in. Like that's I've said this. Like there's still a long way to go, but what I saw was what I thought we could be all year long. That's all.
Got a lot of football left. Perky Painter. Fun fact: I played Billy in high school in 1998 in North Georgia. Murray County has the same offense Florida does. Who won though? Who won that game? Was Billy a baller?
Tim Blackburn, I'll get to that in just a minute. Dreadhead David, 420, what a name. $5. New fan of your channel. Go Gators. The game was awesome. Billy almost cost us, though. Yes, and yes. Yeah. No question. Appreciate you being part of the channel, man. Thank you. Good to see you.
No, it does make it fun, though, when things start clicking. I feel like the reaction's better from us. We didn't know what to do.
Oh, man, we were in shambles. We were in shambles.
You don't enjoy it unless you go through some bad times. We were just winning all the time. We wouldn't enjoy it.
I've said that before too. I think I would enjoy winning right now though. If we keep scoring 29 points, 2 will beat us. That was my thing. Is like if we score, I think we need to score 35 against TAMU. But if we're putting up 29 a game, and I felt like we had more, like the thing is like we didn't grind out 29. We had 40 in the bag. Like that's what it felt. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like genuinely. If Billy didn't get in the way, we had 40 in the bag. So that's the crazy part about it. I think if we're putting up 29 a game, I said at the beginning of the season, if they're scoring 32, this defense hasn't allowed more than on average 17, 20. They're not losing the games. But you got to score the 29, and we've only seen it. I mean, LU doesn't count. You've only seen it once.
Well, there was also some drops there that could have been touchdowns. Studevant kind of get caught up by the shoelaces. He was wide open to break that thing off. There's a couple drives that we could have definitely scored points on. That didn't. I went back and rewatched the game this morning when I was up at 3:30 in the morning. So, definitely some points left out on the field there.
Let him know, Judah. On Billy's worst day, he scores 21.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
We got another
Jay Shaw, I
super
love your
chat
show and love my Gators. Just hoping we can flip the script and get back to winning football no matter what we do. That's what we all want. That's all that anybody wants. That's it. That's it. That's all we want. That's the crazy thing is that we all want this. It feels very political, you know. We all want it. That 29 was against a very good defense. I don't know if they are now, but Texas was a top 10 defense. Yeah, that we said that too. I mean, talent-wise, talent composition-wise, again, Colin Simmons, who was an absolute disruptor all year last year, all year this year, quiet outside of a possession.
Probably should run away from that guy when you're trying to go score.
Yeah, stay away from him. Look, you got a big week, man. And here's another thing I think that there's just this weekend. I think it'll be the nail or it'll be a turning point. That's where I'm at with it because Napier's never done a good job with maintaining momentum. So you'll have that this week. They've never been able to put two good kind of solid games. I mean, they did last year, but the LSU and Ole Miss were at home, so I don't count it. They've never been able to win on the road or against a top opponent. Damn near top 5 opponent. You've got Elko
they
that
seem
has
to struggle at the 7 o'clock kickoffs too.
Yeah. There's just so many things that they have to overcome. If think about again, go back to golf. I always love to do that. But if you show up to the golf course, you're like, yeah, I'm not hitting the driver well, I'm not putting well, I'm not chipping well. You rarely go to the golf course and all of it just all clicks. You got to go figure it all out. So that's what's got to happen. All of a sudden, you can flush an iron better than anybody. That's not a problem at all. But your up and down game sucks. You're haywire on the driver, and you 3-putt every single hole. That's a consistent from week to week basis, and you've got to show up now for 9 weeks in a row and drive the ball like you've never driven it before. You iron play, you're comfortable there, you're fine. You do that thing, and almost 1 and 2 putt every single hole. And then when you need to scramble, you scramble like you've been doing it for 30 years. If you play golf, you understand that's you what? Yeah. That's where we're at with it. Hell of an analogy, Sheldon. Good job. Thanks, bud.
You got to do it for 8+ weeks in a row.
Once it pops, it's going to be hard to stop. Yeah, listen. When DJ said it, I believed him. He was right. I've been beating that drum, but I've got to see it pop. Did it pop? I don't know if it popped on Saturday. I think it let some air out. I don't know if it's popped yet.
Ready for it to pop.
Yeah, KJ, he said it perfectly. At such point, he got to go. If they come out firing, it's close on the road. He lives to see another day with an L, but blowout and flat, he's gone. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
that's it. Again,
and I don't feel bad. He's made that bet.
No, I think that's where it is. That's where I keep saying is guys, it's if the ones that want Billy gone, you're going to be happy, and the ones that want just Florida football to win, I think we're going to be happy because either way, I think we get what we want at the end of this. We just want to win, baby. We just want to win. Great Monday show. Great Monday show. The chat was involved, which is what we love to do. That's what we love. Guys, here's the great news. We'll be live again tonight at 8:05. Stephen Harris comes on. If you love the sunshine pumping and the Disney Gator, by God, I'm telling you, Steve's going to be spewing some stuff this weekend or tonight. We got the presser coming up here in just about 30 minutes. And then we take a little man to the park. We got a little new rocket. Oh, is it raining again? Oh, my gosh. This kid's been going through with this weather here. And then what's that?
Yeah, play golf in the garage.
Yeah. Poor kid. And then tomorrow, we'll be live again at 9:35 in the morning because that's what we do here at High Top Sports. We're just bringing you guys great content every single day. I don't know what our streak is of being live, but we're going back to last Monday, right?
We were on Monday.
So we might go dang near 30 days straight of being live. Let that sink in.
We're undefeated since we brought the OG song back too.
That's how you close the show. Peace and love, baby.
So fight and fight.